Okay. What are you saying?
Um, Pretty much Tona's gonna want to talk to you, maybe like understand why you want to start the business, and also kind of to see like if you're serious. I'd say because I know like we talked last time I mentioned to you about it, but I didn't really like set like the stage right. I kind of messed up on my part. I was like I don't know. I guess it was kind of we just like was awkward. You look really good by the way. I'm just gonna put that out there. Um,
Thank you.
like just like sorry, I had to say that. But yeah. So he's gonna just maybe ask you some questions. He's gonna get to know you a little bit more because I mean I already know you, but he's looking for a room right now. I'm kind of hot, but I just had a class right now too, and
Wait, um, when he asked me like why I want to do this, can I answer with like I just want to get to like know more about the company and like
yeah. I mean
cause,
yeah. I mean be
cause like
honest with him.
cause like like I don't like the reason why I don't want to do it is because like I have already a lot on my plate, but
Mm-hmm.
like I'm willing to learn about it and I want to see like you know it's not saying that like I'm like gonna fully commit to it, but I want to see like what it's about, you know?
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, and you should share that with.
Okay. Or is that like, oh, like then why are you doing it?
No. That's good. Like you should like say that
That's
to him,
like that's
because
kind of like the reason why. I
no,
mean,
yeah, and that's why we have a process, because we want to see, if this is something that you'd see yourself doing in the future. But he's probably gonna answer back with you something, maybe saying something like, "Oh, I understand you're doing a lot on your plate." Because Tona, he was doing a lot on his plate too, especially when he started. He was like, what, working two jobs, full time student, and then he was doing the business too. And so I mean, I know you're working like 5 days a week at the restaurant, full time student in college. You're taking like 5 6 classes, and I mean you're working a lot. So I know that's like a lot extra on your plate. But the thing that he'll most likely say is, well, I'm assuming what he's gonna say is that this is something you don't have to like. I'd say put like a set time to it, because it's like you can put in as much time as you want to put in. And that's also like what I tell other people too, because they ask me, "Oh, how much like time do I need to put into this?" There's no like limit, or there's no like no one's gonna be like, "Oh, you need to do 10 hours of this." Like you need to clock in right now, because no, I'm not your boss. I'm your boyfriend, but like Tona's not your boss. Nobody else in here would essentially be your boss. So it's
yeah.
like you get to put in as much as you want. And something else I wanted to go in. This is kind of off topic, but when I went to San Jose, I actually talked to some girl. Her name is Mary. She
Mhm.
goes to SFSU, and I actually wanted to connect you with her. This can be
Is she
maybe.
already part of the business?
She's actually, yeah, she's part of the business already. She's been doing it for a few years, and she's actually really good at something that you don't like, that you say that you're not good at, and she's really good at retailing and talking to people. And I don't want to connect her with you just so you can learn how to like sell stuff, but I want to connect her with you so you can, one, build a friendship with her, because I feel like she's someone who's pretty committed in the business, and someone who I don't think would pass any negative. And three would be because she was very much like you. Like she shared a lot about herself. She was very introverted. She was by herself in SFSU, and all of her team is in where I think like another, I think maybe in Canada, something like that. Yeah, all of her teams in Canada. So she's like the only one in SFSU, and she's like not part of our team, but she's like I'd say I think she's in another leg of Phil, so she's like a cross line essentially. But she's a really cool person. She's actually giving me a lot of pointers, a lot of tips on like how to like sell products in libraries, and there's something she does at SFSU, and I'm like, oh dang, like, let me get like your. I'm like, do you think it's possible we can connect? Cause like I have a girlfriend who goes to your college. She's like, oh really? What's her name? And like I told her, cause I'm pretty sure she's business finance major too. So you may have had her in a class before.
You're she.
Uh, Second or third year.
Oh,
Yeah, her name is Mary Pham. But yeah,
is she Latino or like
no,
what's
she's
her?
I think she's Vietnamese, or if not,
Uh,
she's some type of Asian. But she was born here though, cause her English is pretty good.
mm,
But no, like she's like really chill though. She like helped me a lot, and also helped the Merced team a lot, cause I mean we're college students, and she
mhm.
actually really understood. Oh, Tona's here. Let me admit him. But
I paid all my accounts, my credit cards.
yeah, all your debt and stuff.
0.
That's good. I did that earlier this month. I was like not gonna pay all my bills because I
I
forgot.
did do it at the beginning of the month, but
Yeah, I usually do it, but I forgot. And then my friend reminded me like, oh, I gotta put this in my credit card. I'm like, wait, you just reminded me. I gotta pay all my things on my credit card. But yeah. Um. But what else did you do today? I know you cleaned.
I
And
didn't finish cleaning, so I still have to go clean like the kitchen and the living room. And then after this, I'm gonna go shopping for necessary things, okay? Before you come at me.
I was about to be like,
Capri,
what do you mean?
Capri doesn't have any more litter box and litter box. I mean litter.
Mm.
It's like really dirty right now, so I have to change it today, by today, like no excuse. So I have to go buy a new one. But I'm trying a new one, so like I need to see like which one to buy that's more affordable and like good for Capi. And I need to buy her wet food.
Mm.
That's why I need to go to the pet store after this. And then I need to take my
What time
dog
do
to
they
the
close at?
I don't know. Probably like 8. No. I don't check. Actually, I should probably check, huh?
You probably should, yeah. I was about to check for you right now.
I go Petaluma. If anything, I'll just go to Target, but I need to see where it's cheaper for me. I still need to do the. This is why I'm in finance. I check the prices before I go to the stores.
Before
See
you
if it's
go?
Mass in Target or Petco. Oh, they close at 9 p.m. I'm good.
Oh. Bet. So then we're gonna be here all. No, I'm playing. You're like, look at
I
your
still
face.
need to clean the kitchen, and I still need to clean my living room. And I haven't done homework. I'm stressing.
What have you been doing all day?
Cleaning.
Did you just clean your room?
Oh, yeah, and I also did laundry. Oh, and I still need to fold that. I woke up late too, so that's why. I also went to the gym.
That's good. I know. We both hit legs today, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, this guy is in here. I don't know what he's doing. Yo, Tona. Coco. Oh, you should show Tona that. Show Tona the picture of Coco.
Look at.
What is that?
That was
Yeah,
yesterday. It was raining
That's
and
not.
it was raining
That's it, yeah.
and we covered him up.
Oh, yeah?
Look at that. He was
That's your dog?
That's my dog.
That's your dog?
That's my dog. Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, Tona. I mean, I was kind of before you came in here. Right now, we're kind of just yapping about random stuff. But we were actually, I was kind of like I'd say, like setting the stage, kind of letting her know like what to expect, and how, pretty much we were just gonna like talk to her, see like why she wants to do this, see if she's serious about it. But she's also kind of sharing with me how she wants to kind of just like check it out first because she like tells me all the time. And she told me right now, she has a lot on her plate, and I know that's true. She runs two businesses.
I'm gonna go do something real quick because Capri is gonna do
You're
something really bad. Hold on.
You're good. But yeah, she was pretty much updating me on that, and then I kind of told her that maybe in the future, let's say this is something she wants to do, I want to connect her to Mary because I know that they both go to the same college. Mary fam. But yeah.
I bet. Is he free tomorrow?
Who?
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Am I free tomorrow?
Both of you.
Both of. Oh, that's actually a good question.
Yeah.
Wait, babe, are you free tomorrow?
I work tomorrow, but like for Zoom, like to meet up.
Tomorrow there's actually a really, really special meeting, but I'm not sure if you're free tomorrow.
On
It's not
Zoom.
special. It's just in person.
It's a special in-person meeting.
In San Jose or where?
In Fremont.
In Fremont.
Yeah, I work. I would love to, but I just work with my dad, and it's only us two.
I see. So, wait, you work at his restaurant, right?
Yeah.
How many hours a week do you work?
We went through this with Chris yesterday.
Yeah, we were doing the calculations. I think it was like, So it's like 8 to 9 hours a day.
8 to 9 a day? Okay, well, how many days?
5 days a week.
5 days a week. Okay. So pretty much working full time then.
Yeah, I think it's like 42-ish hours, 45-ish.
Okay, so full time, and then does he pay you good? Hourly? No, he doesn't pay you hourly.
So basically, I just get paid by my tips,
Ooh.
and I have talked to him about it before about actually getting paid, but apart from, the tips. And we had this conversation because now we have two, right? So when we first opened the one in Santa Rosa, he kind of just told me like, oh, like, yeah, we'll talk about it. And like, he kept on like postponing the conversation. And then I just kind of felt bad. And like, we had just barely opened. So I didn't want to like rush him because I know like the money was tight. And so I felt bad, like kind of, going back to it. So I kind of just forgot about it. And I was like, I'll just talk to him maybe like in a couple more months. And now, prior to right now, we have a second restaurant in Petaluma that just opened in the beginning of this year. So, yeah, it's also really slow right now. Just like the restaurant business in general is really slow. And so there's weeks where it's like really good. And then the next week is like completely nothing. I might just get one table in the whole entire day. So it's like really bad. And so like I don't know when I want to like go up to him and be like, hey, so when are you gonna get paid? Like, so I just feel bad, but I definitely want to have that conversation with him, but I want to wait until his grand opening because we're doing the grand opening next month on the 3rd. So you're invited as well if you want to come. Get free food.
Really? Hey,
Yeah.
Peruvian food.
Wait,
And also
what
you
day?
get to connect
I'll
with
send you the
other-
flyer. I'll send you the flyer.
There's gonna be a lot of business owners and hopefully the mayor of Petaluma could go.
Good networking
So
The
yeah, it's
mayor?
a really good networking place
opportunity.
that you guys could go to.
Okay.
Yeah, after that, maybe like a month after it, I could go talk to him about it because it's really bad. Like, because tips are like it could
not
go
bad.
1 month, it could be 500, and then the next I could get 1,000 tips, and it's still not enough, Like so, yeah. Or maybe if he doesn't agree with it, I'm thinking about searching for an actual like another job, like
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
working
that's
at a
what
bank.
I wanted to ask right now. Like, if you wanted, because I mean, if they do a lot for you, if they provide a lot for you, then you probably don't need it. Or do you have a lot of expenses that you pay for?
No, so he pays for my car insurance. Like I don't pay for nothing. I don't have I don't have to help him with rent or anything. Just pay for like my gas, paying my credit cards off, and that's pretty much it.
Chip in here. No, yeah. So I actually helped her with her, her budget sheet yesterday, and I told her, I'm like, wow, you don't have a lot of expenses, babe. Like she only has like personal like stuff use, and then like some gas, obviously her cat, and then like just like some minor expenses, but nothing like crazy. Like no Netflix, no subscription, nothing like that besides the gym. So I think it's like under $400 a month what you spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you talked to them about getting like a regular job before? Like, what do they think?
I talked to my dad about it, and he does agree. Like, yeah, like he's down for it, but like I have never actually went searching. Like, I have never gone to an actual interview in my whole life.
Really?
So that's kind
Really?
of
Okay.
It's
So you worked for you worked for him your whole life then?
I've never worked any other place in my life. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I definitely want to go into maybe a different job just to get that experience, at least or at least to gain more things in my resume, because that's the only thing I do have. And it's not that I didn't learn nothing from that experience. Like, no, I learned a lot. Like, I literally learned how to be a business owner right by my side of my dad. But it's just like the thing is I have never even gone through like the process of going to an interview and all those things. So it's like I wish I could have that, and I feel like I might lack of that a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah. You should, because it's those soft skills that you need down the line. because
Yeah.
in the interview that's what they look for. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I kind of just want to add into that, and so I feel like the only type of like interview experience she really has is like when she wanted to, go into her fraternity last semester, and like that's like the first time she's ever been like interviewed because she's had this job,
Uh-huh.
for like
Uh-huh.
like since she was like what, you were like in middle school, right? You started working.
Yeah. Since like middle school.
Wow. Okay.
I think you
You?
froze. You froze for a little bit.
Me? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. You did. I was saying you did a fraternity.
I got accepted in, but I didn't continue with it just because it required a lot of my time and just my dad had recently like already bought the second location,
Mm-hmm.
and I already knew he was gonna need a lot of my help to open it to. So I was like, I don't know, they required a lot. It was a business fraternity. It was Alpha Kappa Psi. I don't know if you heard of it. I don't know if they have it in your school, but it was just it was, I mean, they were cool. Like the interview process was definitely like I was so nervous because they were gonna ask me like all these questions, and this is like the only real like, or not real, but like near to like the interview. So it was like I was scared. Like I was like my palms were sweating. Like they were asking me all these questions, and then towards the end, I kind of fumbled a little bit because they asked me one of those like tricky questions. I was doing
Yeah.
so good until they're like, "How many tennis balls do you think will fit in this room?" And I said like the most outrageous thing, like number, because I thought like I didn't even think about it. I just said whatever number, and I said like, how much did I say,
I think you
Chris?
said like
How
1 million.
Yeah, and they started laughing in my face. And it was like something like this, like my room. It's not even that big. And it
Uh-huh.
obviously it's not gonna fit like and when I felt so like stupid when I said
That's
that.
funny.
But
No,
yeah.
I mean, like, why would they even ask that question?
It's
I
just
don't know what the.
they do like from what I heard from other like people that were in the process, they're like, oh, they do it to everyone. But it was different for everyone, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of funny. But yeah, I think I think you should go out there and try and get at least a part-time job, something on
Yeah.
the side, to make that income because I mean, if you don't have that many expenses, then you have a lot of savings,
Mm,
kind
kind of.
of, a
Yeah,
little bit.
but the thing is that I had a good couple because of the FAFSA. I get money returned from that,
Okay,
and
and you're
good. But the thing is
okay.
that I have been taking some out, so I've been borrowing from my savings. I borrowed to buy my car, for my trip to Chile, which is very expensive. It's like probably in total $1,000. I probably 2,000 because one to bring to spend and the other one for the airplane. And like
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that. I've been like, oh, I'll borrow some and I'll borrow some, and then I
Yeah.
owe myself like how much, like
I think you owe
20.
yourself like 23,000. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was stacked though. She was stacked. She was touching like 30
Yeah.
bands.
Ideally, that's what you want to do. You want to save those FAFSA checks. But no, I did the same thing as you. I'm still leaking into mine right now too. 'Cause I just broke my phone too. I just had to buy a
Oh,
phone, so more savings gone for me too.
yeah.
Yeah, but at least I have my job. Well, at least for right now.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure I know I know Chris told me did tell me that he showed you our budget sheet, right? The one where he kind of showed you a little bit
Yeah.
how to use. Um, I wonder why did you come to him, for help for that?
I
Like that's uh
took it because I recently I had this like notebook where I had like it was like a 50/20/30 rule. I think it was 50/30. I don't know. It was like some type of
yeah.
rule I learned in high school where like this like company of like I think it was banks or something. They came in, they're like, "Oh, you should budget your money like this." And I kind of just got it off of them. And then from there I like had been like budgeting my money like that for the rest of those couple years. And I don't know how, but I ended up losing that like sheet where I knew how to like, budget my money. And then I was
Uh-huh.
like, you know what? Scratch that. Either way, I don't think that was helping me save because I still owed myself. So obviously that plan didn't really work so good. So I was like, okay. So I started searching on YouTube literally like 3, 4 days ago. I was like,
Mhm.
how I should budget my money or how should I budget my checks, right? And
Mhm.
so I started looking at them and they're like, oh, I don't know. I didn't really seem to feel comfortable with like their methods. So I was like, who else I could ask? And I'm like, wait, I literally have a boyfriend that like I know that he has talked to me about it in the past that they
Uh-huh.
helping him do like a budget, but I didn't really like
Mhm.
look more into it. I just remember that and I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure he could help me. So I kind of just asked him and yeah, he kind of helped me out.
Okay.
So
Yeah. No, you made the right choice
yeah.
because you're right. He did get help, just like the same way I got help. Same way our mentor, helps us budget our finances with that sheet that he made. And you can see that, when it comes to our business, our mentorship, we really make sure that someone has their life good. They have their condition good, their money good, they have their school good, they have their work good before actually starting anything, before actually looking into a business. So that's why, I wanted to talk to you, a little bit about that. I know you talked with Chris, you saw all of that. I imagine your school's doing good. Yes, maybe.
Grades?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
good.
they're doing
Yeah.
good.
All A's.
Yeah,
She's like
She's,
Arturo.
oh no way, really? So straight A's.
well, as of right now, it's just I have two classes that don't input like the grades yet. I think all the way until the end, but I'm hoping I have all straight A's. I mean, last semester I passed with all straight A's, so I'm trying my best.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, a lot better than me then. So
And me.
you have right. You have okay. Academic weapon. What year are you in?
I'm a second year.
Second year, and you're studying in business.
Finance. Well,
Right.
business
Oh.
administration concentrated in finance.
Oh, so just like me then.
Just like you.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, we're in the same major. Um. So it sounds like all that's doing good for you. Now I wanted to know from you. Okay. I wanted to hear from you, like, why we're here. You know what I mean? Don't tell me Chris forced you to join the Zoom today
Yeah.
to talk to me. No, don't talk about Chris. I want to hear from you. Like, what are you kind of looking for? Or like expectation? Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, Chris, not trying to talk to. Well, the only reason why I know about this is because obviously Chris, he got into it.
Okay.
So I was very skeptical at first. I don't know if he has told you, but I was kind of like, and I did my research, and I was like, oh, I didn't see really pretty things about it, so I was
She didn't
like,
believe in me at first.
oh yeah, I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is a good idea. Like, I kind of expressed my concerns to him about it, and then later once he got into it, and then I started actually seeing like, wow, he's actually changing, like different, like not just like mentally, but like just the way that he was like acting and how he presenting himself. I was like, well, that's nothing compared to what I'm in the beginning. Like not like if you would see him, like when the first day that I met him, no, like different.
I was a
So
thug.
so I was like, okay, like this is like working, like okay, this might be actually true, like maybe, and so that's when I was like, okay, like I was like, okay, I think this is like good. And so then he was just kind of, he kind of was like asking me like, do you want to get into it, like, learn more about it? And I was very like harsh. I was like, no, like straight away I was like, no, like I don't want to, like I'm sorry, like I'm going through so many things, and I really couldn't see myself doing that. Because I was like, oh, like I already have school, I have all these other like things to worry about, so I'm like, I don't feel like that's for me, right? And also I was like, I want to have my own business, and I know this business is about having your own business, but I think about it like, oh, like I want to have my own business of like clothing, like maybe in the future I want to open my own clothing store. And so I'm like, I don't know if that's what I'm pursuing. So that's another like element as to why I didn't want to like, even try. The second time around, Chris kind of just like, it's not like he was forcing me or anything, but he like presented the opportunity again to me. And I thought about it again, and I was like, like, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to just like even try at least and see how things go and how I feel apart from like, putting Chris apart and just like focusing on like maybe this could work for me, maybe it could help me grow and learn things. Because I feel in school right now, the whole reason why I was trying to get into that fraternity was because I want to learn more about business. I want to learn how to be more social and all these things. So that I was like, and then that didn't work out. So I'm like, I feel like that I don't have no other like source of like practicing that like business like side. So I was like, maybe this could help me really elevate myself and improve myself in the things that I lack on. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I kind of understand a little bit. Thank you for sharing, by the way. What I want to ask more about, before I go into that, you said you wanted to start your own business, right? Is that something you've always wanted to do?
Not always. I feel like in the beginning I was very like I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, oh, my dad's in the business, like restaurant industry. Do I really want to get into that? Like he would always be like, oh, like everything's gonna be left for you, and you're gonna be running all of them. And I was like, okay, but is that my like dream? Like, do I want that for myself? And I noticed that's not what I want. I learned throughout like the years that restaurant business takes a lot, and it's not a bad business to get into. But I feel like just learning from it already, I don't think that's what I see myself doing in the future. So then I started thinking about like what type of business I might want. For a second, I thought I was gonna want to be a veterinary, but I was like, no, I can't see blood. If I see like some animal with like the eye out, I'd probably faint. So I was like, oh, I can't do that. And then more into like towards like the middle of high school, that's when I was like, oh, like I noticed that I really like clothes. I love shopping, and I was like, I feel like I could see myself selling clothes, like maybe a boutique or like selling online, because I know like that's what was getting into like during those times, like because of COVID, everything online. So I was like, wow, like this can really, happen. So I started actually searching up like how to create your own like business with like clothing. I started searching up. I already knew where to buy the clothes. I knew I had to go to LA and go to these. I already knew the stores. Like I was already, my dad was helping me out with like the website, like where I could go and get a website, my domain, and I learned about like the license, because you have to have a license. I even got a name for it. Chris knows about it. I had like a name for it already set. It was gonna be pretty and pink. And then I look at the prices of how much. I kind of did like a business, like what do they call it? A business plan, or I forgot what they call
Yeah,
it.
like it's like you pretty much planned it out. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I just kind of look at the numbers. I put them in, and I'm like, oh, I don't have this money. Like, I don't even have nothing in my savings. Because this was like when I was like in high school. I was like, okay, so I kind of just put that like idea to the side. And I was like, my dad was like, just start saving all your money. And then you could start thinking about how you're going to initiate this project, this new business. And so that's when that's how I learned to manage my money better. And that's when I just started putting a lot of money into my savings. And then I ended up using most of that money that was supposed to be for my business to open in the future to buy myself a car. I needed one to go to college. So that kind of just ended there. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I wanted to see, what type of business you were like looking to run. So you said not in the restaurant, right? Not like your parents.
Yeah.
I agree with you. No, maybe some people they like it, right? Maybe your parents like it, or I know Chris's dad has a taco truck too, right? And it's not like it doesn't work, but it's not what I'm looking for. So when I kind of hear you talk about, making things a little bit more online, it sounds, not so much that you want a business, but business is a part of it, but it sounds more like you want an asset, You want something that can make you money while
Yeah.
you're working or you're sleeping, while you're traveling, whatever it is. So when it came to this opportunity for me, yes, I was thinking about the business aspect of it, like the products or the money and things like that. But one of the most important things that I looked for was scalability, was how far you can take this business. Because that's why I asked you a little bit earlier about what you were kind of, looking for. It doesn't sound so much when you said you wanted to start your own business. I thought you wanted to be like, a business owner, but then you said you don't want to be like a restaurant owner, always there, always managing everyone. But you want something that can make you money. So to ask a little bit more, how do you want, to live your life? If you're talking about, okay, your business, something that can make you money, your job, all the money in the world, what's after that? Like, what do you want your life to kind of look like? I just want to get a little reference point and hear from you a little
I
bit.
would say like how I could see my like life being is like just not worrying about no like financial like worries. Like I don't want to be worrying about, oh, do I have to pay this? I'm gonna be late. Like I don't want to live like that.
Okay.
I've seen my family live like that in the past, and it's not pretty. It's not fun. Like you always get anxiety and all these things. So I definitely want to live like peacefully, where I don't have to worry about money. Worries like money's not going to be an issue for me. I don't want it to be an issue for maybe whatever it is, like my future pets or kids or like the family incoming. Also, just for my parents, like I want to be able to give to them back, because my mom lives in a different country and they don't. They're probably below middle class in that country. It's just me and my dad here. So me and my dad are like middle class, but my mom is unfortunately not middle class in the country where she lives. So I always worry about her, and I always, you know, send her money over there. So that's very important for me, because I want her to know that they're gonna be okay. And it's just not for my mom, but it's for my grandma, because she lives in my grandma's house. So it's just, I'm not just trying to take care of her, but like my whole family that lives under that house. So I worry about that as well. So I wanna like in the future be able to give back to them, and make sure that they don't have to worry about nothing either. And yeah, it's just that overall. That's like my main, like, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I can see that we're like-minded in that way. So again, thank you for sharing, about your family. But I can see we're like-minded in the way that we want financial freedom. Because if you were to ask me, I don't like business. I'm not passionate about business, right? I didn't choose to study business because I like it. I didn't choose finance because I like it. I didn't start my own business because I like it. I chose it because that's what's gonna get me to where I want to go. Because if I'm talking about success when it comes to this business, everybody starts for a different reason. Everybody's doing this for a different reason. For me, it's to live that dream lifestyle that I just asked you about. And for me, what that looks like is not just money, but time. Not just money and time, but peace of mind. Just like you, I want to give back to my family. I want to have no struggle about finances or responsibilities, like peace of mind. You know what I mean? And as if you look at different careers, different majors, different opportunities, not many of them can provide that for you. Only the lifestyle, the business owner. That's why I chose to study business, but then you found out you just get taught how to be an employee. So that's why, it's really, up to us to get out there and meet people who can teach us how to build an asset. Because, okay, because a business is just one way to do it, right? There's many ways, to make that type of money. Many ways, different styles of business, like S quadrant business, restaurant style business, e-commerce. Um, things that I did was like drop shipping, day trading. Me and my friends, we started a clothing brand in high school, different things like that. But what I really saw about, the Amway business and the network marketing business model, like I said earlier, it's more than just the money, but I'm looking for scalability, because I can build this business up, take it far, and one day it can run without me, right? Like I think you've seen so much about how I've helped Chris ever since he met me, how much I've taking him through the process. You see, every time we do meetings, even like today, what he invited me to come talk to you, but one day he's not going to need me, right? I've done it for him so many times. He's going to learn it. Not just that, so he won't need me anymore. What does that mean? I'm free. I can go do something else. And the same thing for him. He gets the same opportunity to teach Travis. You know Travis, right? Are you familiar with like his team and
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
she
that?
knows
I bet he
Travis and
talks about
Chris.
them. Okay, yeah. So you know Travis and Chris. So that same thing for him. What his goal is to teach them what he's doing, what I'm doing, so they can do the same. So what their business can run without Chris. So what he can do, he can go travel, he can go spend time with you, you know. Um, so that's what attracted me about this business, but that's just for me. That's why I asked you earlier if you were free tomorrow to come to our open meeting. I'm not sure how many times have you came and joined our event. I remember you came one time. I forgot what the event was. It was like a party or something. I actually forgot what it was when we were at the HQ. But is that the only time you've ever came around?
Yeah, yeah, that was the only time. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was that event?
It was
I
like
completely
I think it was
forgot.
like Halloween party or something like that. Or no, it wasn't Halloween.
So it was like someone's. It was like
Thanksgiving.
someone's
It was
birthday.
like after Thanksgiving, I think.
It was a Thanksgiving
Yeah, it
dinner.
was a
Oh,
Thanksgiving dinner,
yeah.
and we ate. And then I remember I got seconds, and you ate my seconds. I remember that, Tona.
Oh, I
And
I
gave
remember
someone
eating.
my
I
food.
remember the food.
yeah,
I
the
remember
the
the
food was
food.
good.
Yeah.
And then we played a game, and Maya was like cooking for us, and my girlfriend was so
Oh,
like,
I remember. Oh,
she was so lost.
I still have that Starbucks gift card that we won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Starbucks
I'm
on
just.
Tona. Hey, you got us.
Not yet. But that's what I wanted to ask to see, if you were free tomorrow, because when you come to those events, one of the things you want to do as someone who's, just learning about this and what it can do for you, you want to ask people why they're doing it.
Yeah.
What is it doing for them? Because some people do want to start a restaurant business. Some people do want to have their own little, empire, their own traditional tech business or whatever it is. But they understand how this business can align with that goal. Because I mean, you already understand it. How much is it to start your own restaurant?
Yeah.
Or to start even the e-commerce? You said selling clothes like that. I did the same thing. I did drop shipping, and eventually, all your stuff is out of demand. Nobody wants it, and then when it is, you're stuck with everything. And then don't even get me started about overhead costs and things like that's just doing too much, right? That's why I love the network marketing business model, because low startup costs, it's time, it doesn't take up a lot of your time. Um, and it obviously depends on what company that you partner with. For us, we partner with Amway because they have the best compensation plan, they have the best products and services, and they have the best scalability aspect. Because other companies try and limit how much income people make. The good thing about Amway is it doesn't. So if Chris goes crazy and sponsors a bunch of people, then he's gonna make more money than everyone, than me, than whoever's above me, and things like that. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to see how it can align with your goals when you haven't seen the plan yet, right? But luckily for you, you at least have an understanding of what it entails, right? I'm sure Chris has told you a lot about what he does, maybe things about the company. Um, and I remember, you said earlier that you were skeptical, that you had some questions, you weren't sure if it was something legit or not, but then you saw it when Chris changed, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reality when it comes to this type of, not just this type of business, but any type of business, restaurant business, or what, selling clothes, whatever it is results talk. You know what I mean? It's those results. Everybody has doubt, everybody is skeptical until they see results. And the crazy thing is when it comes to business, it usually takes a long time to see those results. Like Amazon didn't make their first profit until 11 years. And most people, especially Gen Z, cannot wait that long. They can't even wait a month, a year, right? And they just want get money quick. That's why I see, people have a lot of the wrong understanding of what exactly we're doing. When they see the business plan and see, oh, you're only making this much money, they don't understand, that it's residual income, like comes in on the side. So it takes a lot of understanding, obviously when you see the plan and things like that. And I'm sure you've heard about, different objections and things that people say when it comes to network marketing, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure you heard it from Chris too. I think Chris is the best example because when I took him through the process back when was this? Like last year?
It was like, yeah, like 7, 8 months ago.
I don't know how much he told you, about it. He probably did, but when he came to Milpitas and he saw the business plan for the first time in person, he went home and he ghosted me for what, 2, 3 days. And in reality, that's what most people do. But what was different about Chris, and this is what I encourage people to do, is that he came back and he asked me what it meant. Because I understand, obviously that's why we take people through the process. I'm not sure if you noticed, but like if you were to look more into this business, your process looks a little bit more different than traditional people because most people don't know about the company, they don't know about the products, they don't know about what we're doing in this business, they don't know about network marketing, the business model as a whole. But you already understand a lot of that,
Yeah.
or at least know a little bit about it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of but it makes it a little bit harder because it makes me curious about what kind of mindset you have on it. So when it comes to network marketing, you kind of understand how it works, right?
Yeah, a little bit. There's some things that Chris has explained to me, but
Uh huh.
sometimes he has to like repeat some certain things because I'm like, what was that again? Like, I don't remember. And then he gets mad at me. But
Uh huh.
yeah, it's just
Okay.
it's like a lot of like different business terms and then I just kind of get lost because
Okay.
I'm not in the business, so it's hard for
Right.
me. I'm not like actively like doing them or practicing. So
Exactly.
obviously it's a little bit more hard for me to like, and also I don't have really of that of good memory. So
Okay. No, I get it because I mean it's a lot, right? That's why we have a selection process because if we tell everyone everything up front, they're gonna get confused.
yeah.
We're gonna be sitting in a Zoom for like 5 hours, and at the end they won't understand anything. So that's why we have a process where the first step we don't even talk about business. I remember when you guys sat down. I remember Chris sent me the recording. I'm like, I thought that was funny because what are you guys even talking about? So that's usually what we do because most of the time we don't know who we're talking to. It's a completely random stranger. Maybe we met them once or twice, or maybe it's a good friend. Usually, rarely, it's their girlfriend of what 5 years or however long you guys been together, right? So there's you obviously know Chris already, and the best part is you saw those results because you knew him when he was like before,
Yeah.
right? El Chris. So you knew El Chris.
Nah.
So you understood how this business, this mentorship changed him. Because it was the same thing for me, right? I was someone like that,
El
and
Tona.
right? Exactly. But you didn't see who I was before. So there was no way you would know that. All the people that you've met, that you've seen on the stage, that Chris has told you about, at one point they were someone in the process, questioning if this is something they should put time to. But somewhere along the way, they kept going and they were able to see those results. That's what I was talking about before. Like I said, in business takes a lot of time to see those results. That's why a lot of people have a bad, connotation when it comes to network marketing because, they want to see results right away. In reality, there's no business model that'll give you results right away. Right? There's no such thing as get rich quick. Obviously, you can make some type of money, retail margin, whatever it is. But if we're talking about long-term asset, scalability for yourself, it's only this type of business model that works. That works, effectively. Um, so I want to know. Okay, before we talk about that, I just want to really quickly go over, at least so you have a bit of an understanding of how exactly network marketing works. I'm gonna pull up my slides really quick. But also, I have class in what 10 minutes. I'm actually at school right now. I'm in the classroom next over, so it's fine though. I just let me put my backpack in the classroom, and so I can save my seat in the back. and then I'll be back. But that's not till later. I'll just letting you guys know.
All good, all good.
Yeah. So when it comes to network marketing, pretty much I can kind of break it down the most easiest way to explain. Obviously, when it comes to something like this, you don't have to learn how to explain it right away. Right? Like somebody can look at this. Like I've done like what? How many MG2s for you, Chris?
A lot.
A lot. And this is still something that most people don't understand, and it takes time, right? It took me a while to understand how to talk the business model, but at least I want to see how well people understand it kind of in their mind. So basically the main philosophy of kind of how these types of businesses work is the word of mouth marketing, because they are spending millions of dollars in different forms of advertising just for someone like me not to even look at it. Like a YouTube ad, right? You ever bought something from a YouTube ad?
No, actually.
No, me neither, right? I just always skip over it. Or like a pop-up ad or a flyer, anything like that. Not really, right? Me either. So those types of advertising doesn't work. So what some companies are doing, like Amway, is they realize it's a lot smarter to pay a prosumer. And this is somebody like me, like Chris, who not only uses certain type of products, but we share about them. We try and sell them to other people. And through that, we can create a customer base to make a source of income. So that's pretty much how network marketing kind of breaks down. Again, you're just the middleman. When it comes to e-commerce, you're just bridging the gap between people outside and what you have to offer. And for us, it's different products and services. So to talk a little bit about how to make money in network marketing, so this is how you can understand how this can align with your goals. Because if someone's goal was what? To make a few extra bucks right now. Let's say I was broke and I needed to go make money right now. This is something that can help me by making retail margin. Because we get all the Amway products. I'm sure Chris has given you some discounts, right?
Yeah.
Because we get them at the cost. We get discounted products, different from what someone would buy it at the store. And the good thing for us, we can sell these products at whatever price we would like. If I wanted to charge $100 for a case of excess, I could. Is someone gonna buy it? Probably not, but I could, right? So when you mark up this price is where you can make just a little bit of retail margin. Like I'm sure you've seen from Chris when he goes retailing. Has he shown you or any pictures, his bundles and things like that? When he makes one of those, it's only about how much money?
Like
For like, let's say just a regular bundle.
a regular bundle, like $10-$15.
Like $10 with like what, drink or like a soap or whatever.
Like a
he
drink,
puts
a
in
little
it.
plushie.
And then how much do you sell it? And how much do you sell it for?
Well, no, well, that's usually like the price I sell it for, but it's like less than. It's like $4 to make it.
So $4 to make, he sells it at 10. Or if it's $10 to make, he'll sell it at 20.
I sell it 20, 25, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever it is. That's where someone like him can make retail margin. And that's just, what he goes out and doing when it comes to like bundles and things like that. But other people, sell cases by the whole, if you have connections, if you're in different businesses, this is a way you can make a lot of money right now. Mm-hmm. But this is, to kind of give you a little bit of mindset on why this business, except something else, is because, again, you said you wanted to sell clothes, right? I did drop shipping back then. The types of products I focused on was like little fidget spinners, like little toys that people played around, like those little trendy toys, right? That's what I used to focus on. Mm-hmm. But in reality, it was just a trend. When people stopped caring about those, nobody bought them, and I was stuck with everything. Same thing.
I think you cut out. Tona? Oh. Wait, did you glitch out too?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. You weren't moving. I was like, wait, what happened? I think he lagged out. Oh no. Pretty much where he was going with this though was that, like when the style, that model, goes out of style. When it's like pretty much not, like no longer people are really interested in like maybe getting that type of clothes, getting those type of fidget spinner products, you get stuck with them. Because why? they move on to another style, they move on to another trend. So I think what he's kind of trying to say is that yes, while like you can make money, it might not be like scalable, like long term. I'd say, like you might need to keep changing, following with like the trends, and that requires a lot of capital, meaning like a lot of money, to keep having to buy like a certain amount and not buy too much or too little, and then like end up selling out. But yeah, that's kind of where he was going with that, especially with the retail margin. Like, if you buy your own, like had your own business, you would be able to sell your clothes at any price. But yeah, I think the next slide he was gonna go over was gonna talk more about. Let me think. 'Cause I think I have these slides too. Let me see if I can pull them up.
Okay.
Cause he's done a lot of these. I didn't even know he was gonna bring the slides. I'm not gonna lie. But oh wait, he's back.
My back hurts.
No, you're good.
Stretching.
I'm back.
I pretty much just like finish what you were gonna say about like the trendy product stuff like that. I was actually gonna pull up the slides. I was looking for them right now.
I lagged out.
It's okay. We know you got that Mickey D's Wi-Fi.
Nah, I'm at the school, bro. School Wi-Fi. I'm not me.
Nah, school Wi-Fi selling you then.
Yeah, school Wi-Fi. Okay. So where was I?
I finished it off for you pretty much like when when that trend ends, you need to move on to the next one, and either you're left with a bunch of products or you need to just be able to sell
yeah.
out.
So that's what I went through, and most people that go into the clothes industry, they go through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've seen, all the little clothes stores, like back at home. I live in Fremont. There's like this little shopping center nearby. There's always a bunch of little little clothes shops, like girl clothes. I didn't think too much, but I had a few friends that went there, and then now I go over there. Everyone is closed. The whole shopping center is closed. Back then, their business was booming, and now they're gone. Right? Why? Because they had a bunch of clothes nobody wanted to buy. That's the truth about some types of products. Like I was saying about my phone. I broke my phone. I got a new one. But before the last one I had was the iPhone 12. Before this, I'm not gonna get the next phone until what, like iPhone 20, iPhone 21, right? Because I'm gonna make sure I get the most out of this one, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with my laptop. I've had this since what, high school, and I'm still using it. Right? So I'm not going to buy another one for what? A couple years. But what you saw about Amway and their product lines is we focus on daily use products. Because regardless of what, the state of the economy, regardless of if everybody shuts down because we're in a pandemic again, people are still going to brush their teeth. People are still going to wash their clothes. People are going to still take their protein. People are still going to put on makeup. People are still going to, use their vitamins, all these daily essentials. So this is what I mean by sustainability, is that whoever I talk to out on the street, a little tia, a little kid, whatever it is, there's something on my website I can offer them. Pretty good deal. So usually in this part of the slide is where I would tell people, they need to be really aware of this so they know which company they can partner with. But you already know Amway, right? I can tell you, right, it may sound biased when I say Amway is the best one, but I can tell you, if you go look at every other company and what products and services they offered, you would see it for yourself. I mean, Chris, he was in Primerica, right? What do they sell? They have a similar business model like us, but they sell insurance.
Yeah.
Life insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
How often are people buying life insurance?
Get it one time and that's it.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is they try and sell it to young people.
Yeah.
Like, what? So you can see that's why people in those types of industries struggle to sell something. Other brands.
I don't know if I shared this with you, babe, but I had to pay a fee just to even get started.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that too. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
let me put my backpack in my seat. I'll be right back.
Okay, for sure.
It's class about. Yeah. Make sure my feet secure.
You see, he's still studious. But yeah, Yeah, so pretty much what he's talking about here is that, yeah, you already know that we're daily consumption. I mean, you get vitamins off me, you get shampoo. And pretty much what he was going with that, like, like in COVID, we actually, Amway was very successful. I think it was like at the highest, it was like $8.9 billion in like revenue. And like, let's say like you came to the meeting tomorrow, you would see all that. You'd see how the money works, all like that stuff that we show. But we also have a 180-day satisfaction guarantee. I mean, you can buy the product, you can use it, and like let's say I get a case of energy drinks. I drink 9 of them. Oh, I don't like it. There's only one left. No worries. I can just call Amway. Hey, I didn't like the energy drinks because I don't know, the flavor was bad. It didn't taste like how it always tastes. They'll give me a refund, and that's something I really like about it too because like Walmart, you know, you have to return it with the receipt, and you only get like 30 days.
Yeah.
So that's also why I really like, I'd say, this business because when it comes to like, let's say, like returning products or my products come damaged, it's happened to me a lot, especially here in college. Like they get damaged,
Yes.
they get crushed, and I'm like, no. So I just call Amway, hey, like this case is damaged. Can I just send it back? And they're like, no, keep the case, and we'll send you a new one. And so I'm like, bet, like like I've never met any other like Walmart, Target. They don't just give you a free case of excess and let you keep the other one. That's damaged, but. I was just sharing
Yeah.
with her a little bit more about how we have like the satisfaction guarantee and how it works.
Yeah, because the reason we have 6 months is because we're confident in our products. I'll let someone keep something for 6 months. If they're not satisfied, like Chris said, they can be fully reimbursed. I know Chris has a lot of customers. Chris, how often do you get returns?
I haven't had a single return. I'm gonna be completely honest.
There you go.
And I even got Francois' mom multivitamins, and I don't think she said anything negative about it either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing for my mom, all my customers. I've never heard anything. Yeah. And maybe the one thing I have heard is that they forgot a product or they sent a different product. And what, like Chris said, you just
Yeah.
call.
But then you just call and they let you keep that one because it's their mistake.
Yeah. So when it comes to this is an obvious way how to make money now. The common objection that I see is people say, I don't know how to sell products. I don't know what to say. I don't
She's
know
told
how
me
to
that.
do it. We were all there at one point, and that's why we have mentorship. So that's
Yep.
another thing that I want to talk about later on what makes us different from other businesses. Oh, I forgot my charger too, bro. I'm gonna try and get through this for my laptop dies. But that's just the e-commerce side of it, right? Just that alone, it makes it no different from drop. Obviously, some things are different, but it's similar to what drop shipping, day trading, restaurant is. You're still running your own business. So now we're talking about how that we can make this business passive. The first one is through the performance bonus schedule. I'm sure you've heard from Chris before, PB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard PB? Okay, so that's kind of what our performance bonus schedule is based off of. Because, like I said, what Amway does is pay a prosumer, which is us, prosumers, independent business owners, by helping them increase their revenue. So every time we do sell a product, not only do we get that retail margin that I mentioned earlier, we also get PV. PV stands for like what? Point value, I think?
Yeah, point
Point
value.
value. And basically, we use PV because Amway operates in 100 different countries, over 100. They all have different currencies. So we need one, universal unit.
Exactly.
So everyone's on the same. For us, it's PV. For you, America, it's what? One PV is $3 US. About that, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's like an inexact number, but that's kind of what it looks like for us. So when you make more PV in your business is where you can make more money through the performance bonus schedule. When you reach, that's how you can reach certain levels like platinum, emerald, different things like that. I'm sure you've heard from Chris. They come with their own checks, their own incentives. We can talk about that maybe a little bit next time, but this is just like kind of basics, the service level things about it. Another thing I was going to say is, again, when people usually see this slideshow, this is where I let them know that make sure you pay attention to the performance schedule because every company is different. But again, I can tell you Amway is the best. You can believe me, right? You can believe me, or you can look for it yourself. But if you look at it for yourself, you can see that the scalability of our business is, better than most of them because most of them cap out at like a few points, something like that. But yeah, this is pretty much where you can get paid as a business owner. And now the leadership bonus part, this is where we start talking about franchising, sponsoring our business out. Like I said, I don't want to be running my business forever. That's why I found Chris, and one day he's gonna be able to run his business for me, right? So for this, I kind of Amway's business. But when it comes to this leadership bonus, like I said, you find someone to determine should you partner them. Do you want to do business with them? Do business with just anybody, right? Like okay, yeah, his girlfriend, you could be his guy's mom. Still have to go through the same process, right? So when you are doing this, is where you get royalty from your business. Like for example, me and Chris, I sponsored Chris, so now when I help Chris make money, is where I can get like a 6% royalty fee from his business that is paid out for by the company, and that's where I can start making passive income. So again, every company is different. Some of them let you sponsor only a few times. For Amway, you can sponsor as many people as you like. And there's different things I wanted to show you. But just talking about this is where people usually have those objections. Because like what are those kind of things that you've heard before about network marketing, about this type of business?
I always hear that's a scam, that's like,
Right.
pyramid scheme and all those things.
Exactly. So we are well aware of that. We're well aware of it. For me, I love it when people ask me about it because I can clearly explain to them why we aren't. And thankfully for you, you already know it's Amway, so we can go deeper into the Amway business plan. But yeah, basically, a lot of the time people don't know. Like Chris, for example, when he first saw the business plan, he didn't know. He just saw it for the first time. So when he heard those things from his family, when he saw those things on the video, he didn't know if it was true or not. Everyone is like that. But the difference about Chris is he came back and he asked me, is this true? What does this mean? At that time, I couldn't explain to him, but I connected him to my coach, Kwan, and she was the one who explained to him. And just like that, I learned from her. That's how I'm able to explain to people now what makes our business different. Okay, so when it comes to a pyramid scheme, you kind of understand what that is, right? What people mean by that. It's in the legal type of business where someone at the top makes the most money and the people below them don't have a chance to kind of get there. All right. So I had experience before with a pyramid scheme. It was back in high school when my friend, he came up to me and he told me that if I gave him like $500, he would triple it right away. And I didn't give him the money, right? I'm not that stupid. So I gave him money. The whole thing fell apart. So again, this is the part where I never did this anyway. So what I love about knowing what I'm talking about, I love the process is I never been to anyone. There's a few things you want to know income. So or let me ask you, let me be on you or you can find your boyfriend, get into something like this. Yeah, because the thing about recruitment is that it happens every single day. Your job recruits you, school recruits you. What comes after? When a job recruits you, when school recruits you, you still have to apply, turn in your transcript. Okay, let's say we recruited you. People that go through our process are not guaranteed. I always tell them straight up, there's no guarantee I can let you meet my mentor. There's no guarantee that we will be business partners. There's no guarantee that, we can do this together because I don't know anything about it, right? If we were making money based on recruitment, we would have got you signed up last time. We would have got you signed up probably when I met Chris, right? I would have been like, yo, you have a girlfriend? You should get her in on this too. But no, that's not what we're doing. Because if you launched right now, let's say you finish the process, you launch right now, we open your Amway account, Chris doesn't make any money. I don't make any money. We don't make anything. The only time we make money is when you make money. So what does that mean? I have to help you succeed. There's no reason I should give you bad advice because that's only hurting my business. Makes no sense, right? So, where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, if we wanted to recruit people in our business, we wouldn't take this long. I would do it right away. Because right now, like my class is starting right now. I should probably go, but no, I'm still investing my time to talk to somebody to see if they're looking for business, if they're serious about something. You've seen Chris; he spends hours, days, probably time away from you, and you're asking him, "What are all these meetings for?" Some of those people quit on him. Some of those people ghost him. Some of those people don't use deodorant, right, Chris?
Yeah, they don't use
But
deodorant.
but he's still willing to invest his time because he's looking for the right person. He
Yeah.
went through a lot of numbers. Eventually, he found Travis. He sent a lot of messages on LinkedIn. Nobody responded. People called him a scammer. Eventually, he found Chris. And those are the people helping him grow his business right now. So, like I said, I only succeed when I help you succeed. So what I look for in a business partner is, are they teachable? Are they coachable? Is this someone with a good attitude that I can go the whole way with? And that's pretty much what I spend time to like evaluate somebody. But enough about that. Again, back to this topic. So the primary source of income for pyramid schemes is recruitment. Like I said, if you signed up right now, you don't get any money. There's no incentive. But other companies, a good example is Primerica, which is what Chris mentioned earlier, and I actually wanted to talk about as well. Because, like I said, it's hard to sell insurance, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when you're focusing on a younger market. I don't think a lot of those Primerica agents are selling a lot of insurance. You know what they are doing, though? They're recruiting a lot of people. And the reason they're recruiting a lot of people is because when they get somebody to sign up, they have to pay. Like Chris said earlier, they charged you a fee, right? To like buy something.
Yeah, it was like a whole pass.
Exactly. So that's where Primerica makes their money. Not by people actually selling insurance. It's by people signing up and buying that starter pack. That's where their money comes from. Same thing for these other businesses like what's another one?
Avon.
Most of them do insurance.
Mary Kay.
What'd you say?
Like Avon, Mary Kay.
Most of them do either insurance, makeup, skincare, vitamins. Why? Because like I said, we're looking for sustainable products. Yeah. But Amway is the only one that has that different variety. Oh, another good one, Cutco, knives. You ever had someone knock on your door, talk to you about knives? So that's another.
No, but I've heard of them before.
Okay, you've heard of it, right? So they sell like kitchen knives and like pots and things like that. Those are hard to sell. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine, those people are selling a lot of those. But what are they doing? They're recruiting people, they're signing up, and they're buying the starter pack. And that's where the money comes from. So you can see that's where our business does it different, because if you were to launch right now, you wouldn't have to pay for anything. Which is crazy, because when I signed up, I did have to. But then Amway, yeah, I did, because Amway used to do it. But they understood that this is not the reputation they wanted to keep doing, so they made it free. Not only did they make it free, but they made every single event free for a year. They made the subscription to the BSN app free for first years. And the reason they're doing that is because they're well aware of this reputation that's set upon them, and they're trying to do everything to fix it. And the reason for that is because when it comes to if you were to ask yourself why we have to talk about this, where does this come from? It's because network marketing has been around since like the 1940s, right? Amway's been around since 1959. And back then, they were doing it way different. Like there's no online. How are they going to run e-commerce, when there's no online? So they were doing business in a lot of different ways, maybe in like these types of ways. But when we further evolved, further developed into the network marketing 2.0 era, that's where we started understanding the right way to build this business, how to do it ethically, how to do it morally. And this is where mentorship comes in, because Amway itself is just the business model. Yeah. It's just the platform that you can leverage. It's the same for everybody. You, me, Chris, all our Amways are the same. We all get access to the same products. The reason why some people are able to go diamond and succeed and other people are quitting, calling it, a pyramid scheme or whatever it is because of the mentorship. Yeah. Because You could sign up right now for Amway under no mentorship. Some people do that, which is kind of crazy. Amway has like an Amway education. That's all they get. They don't have an upline. They don't have like a Tona helping them, do meetings or something like that. No, they're just in it for themselves. Those people mostly fail, right? Some people have other mentorships. That's something really important you want to look for as well. This is what I mean when you say you should come around to some of these meetings. Maybe one of the things you want to pay attention to is, who are these people? What are they promoting?
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing? Because that'll tell you a lot on if we are building the business the right way. If anyone asks you for money, right? Something like that. If someone asks you, what kind of questions do they ask you? That's all something you want to pay attention to, because that'll tell you a little bit more about who's behind this business. And that's why, when you go online, when you ask your parents, like when Chris told his family, they gave him a lot of negatives. It's because they understood network marketing from somebody else's perspective.
Yeah.
If you searched up network marketing, you searched up Amway online, there's a whole list of negatives. I'm well aware of it. I've looked through them myself. But the problem about not just young people, but anyone really, is they don't know how to evaluate information. If someone says, like one of my favorite examples is when someone looks at Amway's success rate. If you searched up Amway's success rate online, it is very low. It is alarmingly low. And when people look at that, they're like, see, this business doesn't work. But what do they don't see? Like, this is what I mean by young people don't ask deeper. They don't look into more context. That number of success rate includes everybody registered under Amway. It includes the people under mentorship. It includes the people not under mentorship. It includes the people that quit. It includes the people that used to have a business and quit. Everyone's generalizing that. What we, promote in this business is building the business our way, which will be the right way. There's no way for you to know it's the right way. It's something you have to kind of, see for yourself.
Yeah.
Because in our business, who are we being led by? I consider myself a leader. I'm not the type of person to ask for help from most people. I'm not the person that follows people for advice, but I'm someone who's fully submitted to my coach and my mentor. The reason for that is not because, yes, they help me a lot, personally with my problems and things like that. But the reason I look up to them so much is because they have what I want. When I met, Kwan, right? Our coach. Have you heard of her before? The lady, something like that. What really impressed me about her was when I met her, she was a senior here at SJSU, and she was making more income with Amway than her job at that time. That was super crazy. Because, in a world where seniors are struggling to find a job, she not only had a job, but she had a business that made more money. Our mentor, Phil, he came to this country at 19 years old, and he was able to quit his job and live off his Amway income at 22 years old. And that's what I look at. That's how I know if I'm following the right people. I want to know how they did it. I want to know if I can do the same. Yes, I clearly can do the same. I don't know if you ever met them, but a lot of our team is Vietnamese. They have like heavy accents, right? Like there's no way these guys are out here relating to people, selling products, right? Like, I could do definitely better. The question is, am I willing to work harder like that?
Yeah.
Am I willing to put in the time, effort like them? So this is what I mean by, you want to see different stories out there from people. But anyways, back to this. I keep getting sidetracked. It's just a lot of topics I want to talk about, right? But in order for you to understand if it's a pyramid scheme, like I said, you want to look at the primary source of income. Amway makes their revenue based on sales of their products, not by recruitment. Like I said, if you signed up, we don't make anything. The only way we make something is if you make something. How do you make something? If you sell a product. That's it, right? Like every business, it should come from the sale of the product. If there's no product, some companies don't even have a product. They don't even have a service. They just talk about expanding. They just talk about growing. And it's just like, it's funny. I've seen a lot of videos like that recently. And these type of businesses are definitely scams. So yeah, that's one thing you should look out for. Another thing is sustainability. Like I said, Amway's been around since 1959. Pyramid schemes are illegal and they're being shut down every day by the government. There's been many times where there's been lawsuits against Amway. There's been allegations. Like I said, online, people are saying a lot of things, but they're still here. The government investigated, they're still here. People say this and say that, they're still here. They're still growing. They're still succeeding. And, that's what I see the sustainability of our business, right? And like I said, it obviously comes down to like the products and stuff like that. So that's just a little bit about Amway. I encourage you to do some research, right? I'm sure, I don't know how you kind of, feeling about it if you're still unsure. I'm sure you kind of understand that it's not necessarily a scam, but know the kind of like the details about it. I suggest that you do some research, look into it a little bit more. And the most important part is ask me, ask Chris, ask questions. I love it when people ask. I love it when someone asks me, is this a pyramid scheme? Because I can tell them exactly why it's not. I like, especially when they see the Amway business plan. That's when I can go, further into like the numbers, so they can see that it's not. So again, I'm not sure, kind of how you're feeling about it, but it's something that you need to understand when it comes to this business, because most of the time, when you're out there promoting your business, like Chris, for example, he talks about his business a lot. He shares to everyone. Sometimes even, hey, I'm building Amway business. We have a lot of products. People love it. Other times, people are like, oh, I know Amway. They're a pyramid scheme. Other times, people tell him, oh, you're in a scam, right? He's gotten those before.
Mm-hmm.
At first, they made him negative, right?
Yeah.
That's when he ghosted me. But now, how do you feel now when someone tells you something like that?
Oh, I love it because I know what to say now.
Yeah, he knows what to say now. He knows what to talk about, how to explain that it's not.
I know how to
But yeah, do you have any questions about this part?
So far, no.
Go
Actually,
ahead.
that just like open it makes more sense now because I didn't know how Chris explained to me, but I don't know.
But back then, I didn't know how to explain it that well.
Yeah, it wasn't that well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I understand it better because I don't know even when Chris tried to explain to me, it wasn't really that good. But
yeah, it wasn't.
I have better.
Because I see, yeah. So when it comes to network marketing, even Amway, it could be a pyramid scheme. Like if I were to tell you, hey, I would pay you $50 if you join my business right now. That's probably a pyramid scheme, right? Yeah. But the way you know if it's not, is who's behind it. Mm-hmm. My favorite example is, let's say I had a sharp knife and I gave it to a serial killer. What's he gonna do? He's gonna go out and kill a bunch of people. Yeah. The same knife, if I give it to a chef, he's gonna use it to make a good meal. The same knife, if I gave it to a surgeon, he's gonna use it and he's gonna save someone's life. People think the danger is the knife, but the actual danger is the person who's holding it. Yeah. And same thing for this business. Like I said, Amway is just the platform. Question is, who's behind it? Mm-hmm. Who's running it? So maybe next time when you are able to come to one of these meetings, pay attention to what they're saying on stage, what they're promoting, what these people are doing, what they saw in this business. Because that'll tell you a lot, if this is something legit, if this is something that works. I mean, you saw it kind of for Chris, for himself. A lot of the time, people, say, again, like I said, it takes a lot of time to see results in a business. By result, I'm talking more than just money. People say money, okay, yeah, that's one type of result. Another type of result is personal development, personal growth. Yeah. And I feel like that's the biggest result that not just Chris, but also me, that we've gained from a business like this. So down the line, maybe this makes sense right now. Down the line, it'll come up again. If you're sharing a product, someone might tell you something. If you look online, you might see something. The question is, what you should do is evaluate it. A lot of time people can't evaluate it themselves, which is why you ask, right? I know Chris had a lot of objections. He sent me this. It was his coworker that sent him a YouTube video of, it was like why MLMs are bad, why these type of businesses are illegal. And I watched the whole video, and I could explain what it means. I mean, when the start of the video, it says it's opinion based. That's like the ultimate red flag. When it comes to a business, I make my decisions based on facts and numbers. Facts and numbers that you'll get to see when you see the Amway business plan, not by opinions. So when somebody tells me their opinion about how they feel like what I'm doing, I hear it all the time. I feel like what you're doing is sketchy. I have a bad feeling about it. I tell them, respectfully, I don't care about your feelings because I don't make my decisions based on someone's opinion. I make them based on facts, numbers.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? So that's just a little bit about, some of those objections that everybody goes through. And, here again, just some pros and cons really quick about network marketing. I'm not going to go too in detail about that, but it's all something you should expect, all something you should look out for. Mentorship, like I said, that's something big you want to look out for. Scalability. Most companies like Primerica or other ones, they limit you on how many times you can franchise out. Amway doesn't. It's unlimited. But that's pretty much it. So after this slideshow, would you say you kind of have a better understanding of how it works?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that's just kind of like the network marketing part of it. Now, if we're talking about Amway itself, it kind of answers a lot of those questions that do come up during the slideshow. You've seen it before. Have you seen it before? The business plan?
I don't think so. Have I?
No, she's
Okay.
never seen the board plan.
Really? Okay. So I would say that's the next thing you want to look at is our business plan, which would be inform one of our meetings. Like I said, we will have one tomorrow here in Fremont. I know you said you weren't available, but I know Chris and the rest of the Merced guys are going to drive up here.
Yeah.
The next one will probably be next Tuesday, I would imagine. But if not, we can set up a time just like this, and I can sit down and show you the business because I already know it, right? It's kind of long, which is why, like I said, I don't know if that's something you guys want to go into right now. But after that, I can fully explain to you, the ins and outs of Amway, and we can show you how building the business kind of looks like. But all of this is just for you to get an understanding of what this is. I feel like, my number one concern, my number one worry on the top of my head when it comes to, Chris, obviously, Chris, he loves to talk a lot, right? He's always telling me, like, oh, my girlfriend, building this business. Because if you look, I'm sure he's told you before, a lot of the time, a lot of the successful people on the stage are couples. A lot of the time they met in the business. A lot of the time they knew each other. One wasn't supportive of it until they saw what it did for them. So they see the couples on stage, and the thing about them, my favorite part about them is their values, the way they talk to each other, the way they present themselves, the way they set the example for their team. And it's not something you see from most relationships out there. So I know Chris was the type to, tell you about that, want that. And it's obviously, something good as well. I think for me, that obviously down the line, I would love to, have my partner in there as well. But like I said, what my main concern is I want to understand it from you. Like, I don't want, Chris to be here to kind of influence you a little bit on kind of your thoughts or anything like that. Whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever questions you have about it, you should definitely share it out. Like, I don't know what he tells you behind the scenes, right? Like over text or like after this, what you guys are going to say. But again, I'm curious to hear it from your side. I don't want, him to kind of like influence you, convince you or anything. Because again, like I said, that's not what we try and do for people.
Yeah.
If this isn't something, that's for you, then, if you're committing into it, then it's just time wasted for you, time wasted for me, time wasted for Chris as well. Just a waste of everyone's time. So I kind of want to hear it from like how you're feeling about it. That's just to keep that in mind. So like anytime whenever we're talking about something, you have a question, feel free to bring it up because like I said, this is a point where everyone was at one point, right? Like at one point, I was skeptical. I saw the business plan when I was in my first year of college, 18 years old. And I wasn't so skeptical. I was more, well, I was skeptical, not so much in the business because I understood it worked. I've understood how I can build a business. Because at that time, I was an introvert. I didn't like talking to people. Like, how am I going to build a people's business? So, again, anything you feel, any questions you have, make sure you can bring it up. And then whenever you're free, we can talk. No, my computer's about to die too. 20%. Now we're good.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if whenever you're free, we can sit down, us three again, and we can talk a little bit more in detail of the Amway business plan. If you want to know more about how exactly it works and how to grow it up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, do you have any questions? Any thoughts on your mind after seeing those slides or anything?
No, I don't have any questions, but I'm just like a little bit concerned because obviously, I don't know if Chris has told you, but I'm like very shy, very introvert. And like when he tells me about like, when he goes out and like does retailing, like I can't see myself doing that. Why? Because I literally have social anxiety. I can't see myself walking up to a person and be like, hey, like, presenting, like I can't. And then I just imagining myself like doing that, like if in the like future me like going to do retailing, like I don't know, my local Target, I can't see myself. I get like I'm already anxious for that like that future self. So like I'm kind of scared. Not like I am scared to kind of get into this because I know that in the future I'm gonna have to do that eventually if like this is what I truly like really want to get into. So I'm definitely a bit scared, but like I definitely do see that it's my concerns of it being like a scam has definitely like gone like way low. Because like I know that it's changing, but I was still a little bit skeptical, like a little bit, but like that has lowered more. But it's just now I'm more like scared because I'm like, I don't talk a lot or like I'm not that very social. So I'm like, I wonder how I'm gonna do like in this business because I lack of that.
Yeah. No, I love that you shared that because I can tell, for someone with logical reasoning, when they see the business plan, they know it. They know it works, right? If you see the plan, you see the facts, you see the numbers, of course it works. If you see all the people who succeeded, of course it works. The question is, just like you, just like me, is can I do it? Only thing stopping you is you. And similar like you, I was a complete introvert when I started. You can ask, not Chris, because Chris didn't see what I was like, but when we get to introduce you to my coach, Juan, you can ask her. Because when she met me, she always says the same thing. I only said sure and yes. That's all I said. Which is pretty funny because, I also started like that. But for me, I understood it's something that I wanted to change. I hated talking to people. The reason I was an introvert was not because I was scared of people or like judgment or anything like that. For me, I just didn't like people. I was the type of guy to just keep by myself, enjoy the peace and quiet, something like that. And essentially, I didn't want to get out of my comfort zone. But I understood that it was only hurting me if I didn't. That's what kind of pushed me because, throughout the whole time you have known me, could you tell that I was an introvert?
No.
Not really, right? What really changed, this would change my perspective on it. So this worked for me, right? There's a lot of different things people can tell me. What my mentor told me is, okay, if I stayed an introvert, I could get a job. I could graduate, I could get a job, I could make a lot of money. But remember what I said before, my definition of success is more than money. It's time and peace of mind. And a lot of people don't have peace of mind because of the quality of their relationships. like I said, in the future, I want to have a wife. I want to have kids. But what I see right now is that divorce is so common. And the number one reason is because two grown adults can't communicate with each other. They're not on the same page. One person doesn't speak up. One person doesn't ask. Whatever it is, they can't communicate. And that's why divorces happen. And that's not what I want for me. So, okay, I could get a good job, make good money as an introvert, but how will I be able to convey my thoughts, my feelings to my wife, to my kids? Because if I couldn't, then my family would fall apart too. Just be another statistic. That's what changed my perspective on it. Because what hurts more? Talking to somebody out on the street or not being able to talk to my wife to explain myself before she leaves me? That's what I always thought about. That's what changed it for me. Because, I mean, I don't know. I always saw my parents arguing growing up. You know, a lot of my friends, very similar. And if I'm thinking about how I want to live my life, that's not what I want. And you know the reason why they're arguing? Probably because of money. Probably because of money. Or maybe the dad couldn't spend time with the kid. Or the mom was, you know, I don't know, she spent too much time at work. See those two things, money and time. That's why they fight. Because they fight over money and time, they don't have peace of mind. Those three things that I want, most people don't have. So that's why this business attracted me the most. Because I saw my opportunity to get all three of those. And the reason I'm so confident that in this mentorship, I can learn how to be a better man, be a better husband, is because the people on stage, the person that I'm learning from, is showing me what that looks like. So that's what it is for me. And that's what killed a lot of my fears. You know, obviously, a lot of the time I was nervous. I didn't want to talk to people. I just woke up, had a terrible day. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone today. But I still push myself to. And that's where I slowly start going out of my shell, and it starts becoming a little bit more of a habit. And the reason for that is because, I mean, you kind of have to be a little bit more result oriented to understand, you know, what is this, why doing this now can help you later. So that's what pushed me to come out as an introvert. Obviously, a lot of people started off like me, which is like I said, if you ever get a chance to come around, you should ask some of the introverts, what is it for them? Or some of the sanguines, some of the yappers, and ask them what made you change. But back to like retailing, what you mentioned there, it's also something I don't want to do. Right? For me, not so much about talking to people. I don't think it's really time efficient. Because you're only making it's only for people that need that income now, right? They need the money now. Like I said, you can sell a product for retail margin, but a lot of the time people are stuck doing that because they can't find customers. They can't sell products.
Yeah.
So when it comes time to make PV, their only option is retailing. My mentor, he calls it, or my coach, he says it's like ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Right? You can eat it right now, but a little cup noodle, a little maruchan. You can eat it right now, but you don't want to eat it forever. And it's the same thing with retail. So right now, Chris, I'm not sure if you know, but we're running for like a PV goal right now for our coach. Which is why, you know, some of us have pushed ourselves to get out of our comfort zone. But ideally, it's not what I want to do forever.
Exactly.
I don't like it either. You know, holding around the little basket. Yeah.
I was so scared and nervous the first time too.
I want customers, which is why we have events over here, which is why we do it different. I mean, you remember Chris's grand opening?
I'm having another one.
I think where we met for the first time. We've been doing those all month, making a lot of PV. I'd rather do something like that. But it all comes down to, you know, how willing are you to come out of your shell, your comfort zone. It's hard at first. It took me a while. You know, I've been in this business, like I said, since I was 18. And only now people are seeing, you know, the type of person that I became. It's a process, though, right? It's a process. Kind of just the wait and see, right? Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, thank you for sharing that. Definitely, that made me feel more at ease. Because I definitely do see like like the good like out of this business and how it could definitely help me out. But yeah, I'm excited to learn more and see what else, if I ever have any more questions or like what else I could learn about it, and maybe see like how I could see myself be in it. Sure, maybe.
Yeah, I think next time when we meet up again, it'll give you more clarification on how exactly we can grow this business when you see the plan. So we can talk about that maybe like another day. So yeah, we can set up a time, but before that, I know I know Chris maybe sent you some materials before, right?
Yeah.
Did he? And did you ever get a chance to watch them?
No, he sent me one video, right?
Yeah, I sent you. Yeah, that
Well,
one video.
One video he sent me yesterday because I asked him for it. Because I remember he sent me material and I never ended up watching it because I ended up doing a lot of homework and then I ended up forgetting about it. But still haven't watched it. He sent it to me last night. Still haven't watched it, but definitely want to watch it maybe between today or tomorrow. But yeah.
So that material has a lot of mindset. So our mentor Phil, he's the one talking in the video. He makes those videos because when it comes to the way he builds business, he focuses more on the younger market. If you look at Amway, a lot of them are professionals. It's just our team where we focus on a lot more of the younger market. It's smarter, right? There's a lot of strengths, but there's also a lot of weaknesses. And part of those weaknesses is a lot of people, like I mentioned before, lack foundation, lack critical thinking, lack common sense. So he makes a lot of these videos to build the right mindset when it comes to this business. So his videos impacted me a lot. There really is a lot of mindset in there. But we do send those out for people so they can understand a little bit more, build themselves a little bit more foundation. So you should spend some time to watch it because it prepares you a lot for some of the things you're going to see, some of the things to expect. Some of those objections, like you said, like coming out of your comfort zone, something like that. It's all something he's well aware of. And he makes those materials for a reason. Why? The reason he makes them is because he's tired of repeating the same talk. He tells people the same thing every time, and when they still don't listen, he just makes a video about it. Everyone has the same problem. Instead of coming to him, watch the video now. So there's a lot of different videos, but some of the ones that Chris sent you are ones that we give out for people that are in the process, that are just learning for the first time. So take some time to watch over it. And then once you finished it is when we can meet up again, go a little bit deeper into the business plan to kind of see, how this can work for you, right? How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. So Chris, you can send her. What video did you send her?
I sent her why employees can't. Oh no, wait, sorry. I sent her why entrepreneurship, and I was thinking about sending her why employees can't run business.
Yeah, send that one.
Okay.
Why employees can't run business.
Should she still listen to why entrepreneurship?
Or
no?
If you have time, but
Okay.
listen to the
why employees can't run. Okay, let me send that one. Yeah, because I only sent her why entrepreneurship, but I feel like she would kind of understand that one.
So yeah, I want you to see, obviously what he talks about, but I also want you to see him, our mentor Phil. Super cool guy. He has a house here in San Jose. I actually saw him, like 2 days ago? Or yeah, when I went over there. And you were there too. Like you visited the HQ before. So you've seen like his cats, right?
I always send her pictures and videos of them.
Oh, okay. You don't see pictures. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much how he spends his time, playing with his cats, doing stuff around that. Yeah, so he's a super cool guy, but he's someone with a lot of mindset. So, it's valuable. It's valuable. Yeah. So yeah, we can do that and then maybe meet up again next time. It sucks that you can't come tomorrow because, that would have been great to have you there. But we'll let you know when there's more events upcoming, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if there's no more questions or anything like that, I feel like, we can kind of wrap it up now.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Tona. And, thank you for coming in, clarifying more things. I know you kind of, a little late to your class now, but I appreciate, you investing time into, meeting with my girlfriend, talking to her, being able to, clarify, and you bring a lot more clarity to her. But yeah, I mean, like Tona said, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, things like that, you can just reach out to me. Or don't, no, you don't have to
Oh
put my phone
yeah.
number. I was
Oh,
gonna say,
you're right.
I mean, I don't know if you're comfortable with it. We can make a group chat so we can kind of just be all in there, and or do you want to
Yeah.
just give? Because I don't want it to be biased. Like I don't want you to just say things just because I'm
Yeah.
in it. So
Wait, are you me? Or
I agree.
yeah, I'm talking to you. So maybe I
sorry.
can like give you Tona's phone number. He just got a new one, so I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not though.
No, it does work. I actually saw Brian group chat earlier.
Okay. They were sending blue now, so I was like maybe he does work.
Yeah, I think I got it fixed now.
Okay.
So like I get calls.
I'll send you Tona's phone number then, so you can save it. Maybe just send him a message. He just got a new phone, and now he feels
I
like
was 16.
yeah. But
Talk about okay.
so like if you have any questions, concerns, you can just reach out to him personally, just so you don't think it's like let's say we
Yeah,
make a group chat and like you don't think that I'm like influencing, because I don't want you to say stuff just because I'm there. So I'll give you his phone number so you can reach out to him personally, text him, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it was a good meeting. It was already been going on for long, so we can kind of just end it here now. And yeah, I mean, just let me know when you finish the video. I sent you the video too, and I'll send you Tona's phone number in a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're
Both
welcome,
a
guys.
lot for everything. I enjoyed it, and have a good day.
All right then. Yeah, I'll catch you guys then. All right,
Yeah. Bye guys.
peace out. How was that? Low-key, bro, you cooked.
Yeah, I mean, for today, I just try to like, I wanted to see how she understood, what
No,
is the
because she was still